Wild time. The dancing queen.
That didn't really go with the tune I was hearing.
Woo!
I forgot
Here
we were
we go.
recording.
He does not know the song. Episode number 118 of the Wild Times podcast. The only podcast that Joe Rogan himself says he listens to every episode.
Woo!
Love that.
Fact. Not made up.
Hello, Joe.
I am your host, Forrest Galante, the broologist. Joining me, sipping on delicious, carbon-neutral fat tire beers.
Low impact,
Low impact.
high quality.
Big impact coming out of this guy right here, though.
Yeah.
What?
This is the professor, PhD
Oh,
in
hey.
podcasting,
Hi.
Mr. Peter.
If you haven't seen this podcast yet, you know, I feel like a lot of you know me better than I know myself, being podcast number one, whatever we're on. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be in this garage. We're in a garage today. We'll talk about why.
It's great.
That's
setup.
why we're in the garage.
That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as always, the producer himself,
Hey.
Papa P. How
Hey.
are you?
Good. My entire family's right on the other end of this very thin wall.
Yes.
Can hear what's going on in there.
Mhm.
But no, it's nice. This is great. Be doing it at my house for a change.
It's really nice.
Um,
It did take us half a day to get ready to do it.
It was fun though. We were drinking gin and tonics.
Yeah.
Forrest, we got to get right into what's in the news
What's in the news?
because this. Look, I don't know. I'm not a shark guy. I haven't done 6 Shark Week specials. Have you?
Only the highest rated ones, yeah.
Okay, so
but
you're
who's
qualified
counting?
to talk about this shark situation. All right.
Shark sitch.
Tell me not to be terrified.
Don't be terrified. But
Still
first,
am.
tell me more.
A rare shark, known to be a saltwater animal,
Okay.
has been found in a lake in California. Not supposed to be there. Not supposed to
In
be there.
California.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In
so-
the city of Oakland.
In a man-made pond in the
Oh, see,
middle
now
of
this is
It's not
interesting.
man-made
If you
pond,
had
it's
said,
a real
"Oh, there's a
lake.
bull shark on a golf course in Florida," I was about to come over there and backhand you. for
I
your
know
ignorance.
that bull sharks hang
That's the
out in
thing.
the rivers. I
Yeah.
get it. This is
Okay.
not a bull shark
going
in a
on here?
river, man.
What's going on here?
A leopard shark
Interesting.
is swimming around in Lake Merritt in fucking Oakland.
in Oakland.
Now I understand
California.
that Lake Merritt's a bit of a tidal lagoon,
Yep.
so it could be a little brackish, a little bracky,
Must
which
be.
means there's some saltwater intrusion
be.
into the fresh water.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Should a
There's the
leopard
actual
shark
video.
be in a lake?
Well, it's interesting. So these leopard sharks, they're amazing animals. They get up to like 5 feet long. They're beautiful. They're spotted. They're totally harmless. So you don't need to be scared of anything.
Okay.
However, I've certainly never heard of one being in a lake. Now they go into estuaries a
Yeah.
lot. You know, Mark Romanoff and I have filmed them in these big congregations, but always in pure salt water, always in like at the mouth of an estuary, you know, where they're in the ocean. So for one to be in a lake in downtown Oakland, pretty interesting because they definitely go into the bay, you know, into the San Francisco Bay. That's a nice big estuary. But to go
Yeah.
from there into Lake Merritt, that's pretty fascinating.
Do you think?
It says they can get up to 7 feet, by the way.
There you go. Does it have the Kyle? Can you look up the salinity of Lake Merritt?
That's what I was going to ask. So, do you think? Will it survive in here, or will it need to be moved back into a saltier environment potentially?
Well, if the animal's put itself in there, it's probably, you know, it's not going to go somewhere that it.
Will die in.
Well, no, that happens, but like it wouldn't be swimming head first into an area that it was slowly suffocating, asphyxiating itself, right?
Right.
Sure,
Because
makes sense.
or whatever, or having a problem with salt secretion. So I'm curious what the salinity of Lake Merritt is. I'm not going to lie, I've never heard of Lake Merritt before.
Well, you
right
can't
now.
know everything.
Huh?
Jesus, you can't know everything.
No, I've never even heard of it. I've used to sort of live up there too, and I don't
Just
know
kidding.
much about it. But
It doesn't say necessarily the salinity level or percentage, but it does say that it is brackish and
okay.
Yeah.
See, well, this is a little sensationalized because if it's brackish water and it's a lagoon that's directly connected to the San Francisco Bay, odds are there's probably dozens and dozens of leopard sharks traveling into Lake Merritt this time of year. It's just we've seen one now.
So it's a shark that gets up to 7 feet. Does it have teeth?
Does
Completely
Does.
harmless, though?
completely harmless.
It's not going to take a little nip of a toddler?
I mean, if you stick your fingers in its mouth, it's not going to be good.
well, a kid might do that.
If
This
you
is
ever,
a popular picnic spot.
Kyle, type in. That's true. Type in leopard shark congregation Catalina. Try that. check this out. These sharks are amazing. We've filmed them in these big congregations a few times, and it's really, really cool to see, especially from a drone, because they'll all come together and hang out. Yeah, let's go on an image here and hang out in these bays. Like the second image over. Yeah, there you go. That one right there, Kyle. You get these masses. Oh yeah, go down underneath that one on the right. Look at that.
That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
rare.
And that's regular. Like I could take you to a spot right now by my house in Santa Barbara that looks like that today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And my understanding of a leopard shark is that it was a lemon shark and a leopard that mated.
That's right. That's
Okay.
exactly right. Yeah,
Got
it
it.
is pure leopard, pure cat leopard, not leopard shark,
Yeah,
mixed with a lemon shark.
Correct.
Or I could be mistaken that it could be mixed with a shark mixed with a lemon, the fruit.
That's. I remember when we were in the Bahamas filming and you were producing, and we were getting some slick in the water. This was not for a Shark Week. We used some chum for a
Yep.
History Channel show
Yep.
that nobody saw. And
No one watched. Yeah.
I just remember the lemon sharks because we had a ton of reef sharks that would always come in first.
Yep.
And then you'd get a few of the lemons, and they were a little bit bigger than the reef sharks.
Right.
And they just seemed sneaky to me.
They're
Like they seemed like they were maybe like ready to bite you.
I've been bitten by sharks twice. That's one of the scars is there, and the other one's on my foot.
Yeah.
Both times lemon sharks.
A little sneaky, huh?
Yeah, they're kind of shitty. And
You just said they wouldn't bite you.
No, the leopard shark.
We're
Oh,
talking about
okay.
lemons now.
Gotcha.
Cal,
There's
do you-
two words that start with L.
Yeah.
I have a great
And E.
picture of me with a lemon shark from Australia where you can really see where the name comes from. I'd love to.
Of a lemon shark?
Yeah.
Where does the name come from? Where they smell
I'll
like
show you.
lemons?
Let me have you seen a lemon shark? Do you know what we're talking about? Don't
No.
pull it up. Don't
No,
pull it up.
I've never-
They're not a scratch and sniff shark. I'll be right back.
Do you have one with you? Where are you
Yeah, I'm
going?
going to get a lemon.
He brought a lemon shark with him. Is it in the?
I have a lemon tree in my backyard.
Oh, dude, go get us some lems. Yeah.
Maybe that's where he's going.
Well, we'll see.
But picture this. You're there. You got your kid.
Yeah.
You're kind of playing in the shallows.
Yep.
Splashing them around.
Sure.
Look up. 7-foot-long shark in the lake.
No, I mean,
It's a skinny.
I wouldn't be
little,
in the
like,
lake
it's
to
not
begin
a
with.
It's not a big, bulky 7-foot-long shark. It's like a slender, pretty tickle me shark. It's like the tickle me Elmo of
you
sharks.
can't take anything he
Yeah.
says like
I know.
without
well,
a
he's
grain of
bitten.
salt.
He's been bitten
Th-
twice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's just like, it's nothing. Well, he has no amygdala, first of all. So things to him that normal people would fear, obviously, are just.
Oh, come on.
Dude, if my toddler was in the water with a 7-foot shark, I would immediately beeline it to the lifeguard tower and tell on the shark.
Tell on the shark.
Well, you would put the kid in closer to the shark and
Yeah,
then run
I would run with the kid on my back
so that the
a
point of
foot can
contact.
come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not joking. I would do the opposite. If I saw a 7-foot leopard shark cruising around a bay,
Yeah.
I would pick my kid up, run at the shark, and put him down with the shark to interact with it.
Well,
Swear to God.
you're also the guy that, when getting pulled over by a cop, pinched your kid on the
I
leg
thought we
so that he
didn't
would.
say that on the public pod. That
Oh,
was a
sorry.
private pod thing.
Never mind.
No edit. Refuse to edit that.
That's fine.
Did you send Kyle a pic?
Yeah, did you get it, Kyle? Yeah, he's pulling it up. Yeah, but back to the lemon sharks for a second. So all these like white sharks, tiger sharks, bull sharks, all these like top 10 predator sharks, white oceanic white tips, everything else. Lemon sharks twice have gotten me. They are sneaky. They're shitty. They're like Michael Dornelis, R.I.P. Remember Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away, but he was diving at Tiger Beach. He had a bait crate in front of him, like working the tiger sharks and everything. All of a sudden, whole butt cheek. Bam.
Oh,
Lemon shark comes up, bites his whole butt cheek. He pulled his pants down on that last Shark Week we were ever on and showed us because we were like, bullshit. Just boom, 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 boom. Shark bite scars on the butt cheek. And it picked him up and moved him, he told us.
Yeah.
I actually grabbed him and like moved him a few feet and let go.
dude,
Yeah.
I'm shocked right now because Pat was asking you if these are a safe shark to enter the water. You said yes. You're
confusing leopard and lemon.
All right,
Second
fuck off.
time.
I'm sorry.
I understand why.
They both have L's.
I do
And
get it.
we haven't looked at like pictures of them. I need
All
the
right,
pictures.
This is the lemon shark.
Okay.
This is in Australia. And it's interesting because the golden jacks also give you that contrasty color. But
It's
you see
really
how
cool.
yellow he is? Like, zoom in a little, Kyle. Can you see like that yellowish skin that he has? That this is the complexion of them.
It's a really cool picture.
How
So-
there's quite a bit of forced perspective there, right? It's
I'm
making
like
that
3
shark.
feet behind him,
Gotcha.
probably. Yeah, he's not 9 feet long or anything. He's just a standard like 7. But the difference between a 7-foot lemon shark, like look at the girth and the bulk and the big pectoral fins. That's
I was gonna
like,
say, yeah.
that's a big shark.
Yeah.
A 7-foot lemon shark probably weighs 250, 300 pounds. A 7-foot leopard shark probably weighs 40 pounds.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Like, yeah, they're a long, skinny shark. The leopards.
That's
they're,
really, really small. 40 pounds, 7 feet, like a little broomstick.
Yeah, they're like this big around. They're not.
okay.
They're
It's-
not
I
a
might
It's
big-
go
funny
in.
the
I might
difference
go in.
between a 4-foot shark and a 6-foot shark doesn't sound like it's a 50% difference, right?
Right.
But it doesn't sound that crazy.
Right.
But when you're looking at them, just something tells you that the 4-footers, even if there's 8 of them around you, it's not that big of a deal.
No,
Yeah.
nothing.
And the 6-foot, it just is drastically different.
Well,
And-
it's the same with humans. Look at a 4-foot tall human next to a 6-foot tall
That's a
human.
good point.
and
That's
it's-
an excellent point.
You're like fighting a kindergartner versus a grown
That's a
UFC fighter.
really good point.
It's the most noticeable with like crocodiles. Like if you see a 14-foot crocodile, you're like, wow, that's a big croc. And then if you see a 15-foot crocodile,
Oh my
it
god.
probably weighs 600 pounds, 500 pounds more than the 14.
There's
Like the
so
amount of like girth and
Yeah.
like
Right.
width and head dimension
Dude,
and everything that
so
increases
big.
in that like 6 inches or a foot or whatever
Yeah.
is so exponentially more than just like the length.
Dude, I'm not like
crocodiles.
Forrest in this, like I'm very cautious, right?
Yeah,
when
I
we're in
know.
these situations, I'm meager.
risk averse.
But like when we were at Chris Gillette's place in Florida, and there was just this one sneaky gator that just I was his target for the day.
Yeah.
Right. I
And,
remember you told
You know, we're surrounded by all of them. There's just this one, and he
Yep.
just wanted me.
It's like on Mario, you explained it like it's on Mario 3 when you turn around and the ghost starts coming at you and you turn back around and you look at him and he stops.
He stops.
The gator was just doing that to you
Yes,
all day.
all day. So I had to just maintain eye contact with this little 4-foot fucking gator all day long
He
because
had
he
your
just
number.
had my number.
Yeah.
And there was nothing I could do. He only me.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
picking
know
on
what
you.
it was. Forrest is probably going to call bullshit on that, but he really pestered me most of the day.
I believe it. I
But-
don't really remember it, but I
But
believe it. I
because he
remember
was
being
4 feet long, just like even as a meagerman, it
there.
didn't like
Meagerman.
trigger like a fear response.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
We-
just like, "Yo, stop!" dude."
Sure.
We should
Versus
really have
if he was
Chris on the
6 feet, I
podcast.
know.
He's
I
a
know.
good like. He's just so knowledgeable.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
the dumbest shit with gators that isn't dumb because he never gets hurt. But
Right.
like, yeah, just
I-
such a cool guy.
Also, just what a specimen.
Is he
He's
handsome?
like 6'5", insanely ripped and jacked.
completely
No,
shredded.
he can't.
Yeah.
He's not coming on that far. But I saw a
There he is.
There's Chris with Casper.
Yeah.
I saw a recent video, and I don't know if you could pull it up, Kyle. It might be tough to find. I think it was on Reddit. But there's this guy who has a pet crocodile that he cuddles with. You'll probably find it under those keywords.
It's probably Chris Gillette.
It's ludicrous,
Is he a
bro.
handsome fellow with a 6-pack?
Well, you can't. You only mostly
6-pack of
see
fat tire, son.
the crocodile comes up and snuggles him on the side of the bed. Comes right up. He's like petting it.
Oh no,
And
that
I'm
wouldn't be
thinking
Chris.
like this is one animal that Forrest has said is like will never be able to.
Well, there was the
Adapt.
one we've
It's
gone
definitely
so far from
very
what's in the
well
news.
fed.
We've gone so far from what's in the news. We'll come back to it. But there was one of the best stories I've ever seen is the guy in Costa Rica who lives on the Rio Tarcoles who had this crocodile pitch up. Kyle, this will pop up easily. I forget I can't remember it'll come up for sure. The guy has this crocodile show up in his like pond, in his like fish pond.
Yeah.
And he lives along this river that's notably full of crocodiles. And the crocodile has been shot in the head by a poacher and healed up. And you're going to laugh, but it's fucking smashed the croc's amygdala and falls in love with this guy. And this guy goes swimming and plays with it. And this is like a 15-foot long American crocodile
God.
made to eat people.
Wow.
This guy cuddles
I love
it,
it.
puts his fingers in its mouth, everything. And the croc lives with him for like, I don't know, 12, 15 years and then passes away.
Dude,
This guy. Have you ever seen this?
I have
Poco, yeah,
not.
Pocho.
Oh my
Poco.
God.
Look at this. Look at this. That crocodile's alive. Look, he's got his feet inside of it.
Dude,
Look
look
at
at how big.
Nobody
That thing is.
go to that Esquire one, Kyle. The second photo over. Nobody can do that with a crocodile anywhere in the world. Period.
By
That's
the way,
not a thing. You don't.
I
rest
really
your
want
head
to.
So
on
you
a
got
crocodile.
brain damage. The
Brain
croc
damage.
did.
Yeah, like he used to do all these
they're-
things. That's not an alligator. Like I don't think people
No.
understand enough the difference between an alligator and a crocodile, and then an alligator You can sort of manipulate them a little bit because they're fish eaters. They're not really after people, whatever. They're not very aggressive by nature.
Yeah.
This is a crocodile. This
Right.
is a killing machine.
250 million
This is
years.
like the rabbit and the cheetah making best friends.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
like this is his food source playing with him. Like, look at him. He's cuddled up on every picture. It's incredible.
Very cute, by the way. I really do want to cuddle a crocodile. Look at the little teeth hanging over.
Yeah, that does give it a cute
yes,
vibe.
Fun fact, I did read they can go through thousands of teeth in their lifetime,
Yeah.
and they can replace each tooth up to 60 times, I believe it was, throughout their life.
Man,
Look at
imagine
the-
if
go
you
back
didn't
to
have
that
to go
picture,
through
Kyle.
all that
Look at that.
dentals.
Yeah.
That headline: a local fisherman in Costa Rica nursed a crocodile back to health after it has been shot in the head and released the reptile back to its home. The next day, the man discovered Pocho had followed him home and was sleeping on the man's porch.
Wow.
For 20 years, Pocho became part of the man's family. Oh, yeah, that was the other part. He like raised his kids with the crocodile and everything.
Dude,
Wow.
I love this story.
Look at that one. Look at the one where he's fucking rolled it over.
Dude, he's
That
petting
is
its
the
belly.
vulnerable area of a crocodile. A crocodile will not let you roll it over. That's its only vulnerable area, is the soft skin on its belly.
Yeah.
That's why they're always glued
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
ground in every scenario, underwater,
Sure.
otherwise.
Right.
This guy's
Yeah, you're right.
rolling it over and tickling its belly. This crocodile has pure and complete trust in him. Hey guys, if you're enjoying, guys, if you like the Wild Times, check us out on Patreon. We put out 4 extra podcasts per month.
That's one commute a week that you're just going to be laughing and learning the whole time in the car. Hey, let me do something else. This is the late night content, the stuff that we can't show on YouTube because they'll kick us off YouTube.
It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Uncensored, raw dog. It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Check it out. Link right here.
What was the I remember studying in Psych 101 my freshman year in college that they had studied this guy who was a railroad worker who got a railroad tie went through his head
Okay.
Oof.
and it went through his brain, and I don't remember what part of his brain it hit, but it's a thin little railroad tie
Sure.
like this, and it just took out a very specific part of his brain. He lived, but the big thing that happened to him was not, he didn't have any handicaps or just, whatever. It was that his personality completely changed. I can't remember what the part of the brain is, but it was the empathy center of the brain.
Okay.
And he literally just became a fucking prick.
Well, that's like kind of like what CTE does. I mean, more to a harsher degree. Getting hit in the head a bunch of times
Yeah.
totally changes your personality.
Yeah, because you kind of forget that you're a brain that's just encased in this vessel that moves it around.
Right.
For real.
Right.
And like everything you think is you is actually just this thing
It's
that's
just
the
right here.
size of a
Yeah,
grapefruit.
but I mean, is it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I don't know. I think
yeah,
when
kinda
we
think so.
die, you go into the ether. You think you're gone? You think it's dark? You think it's black, dead, gone?
Don't think about it. That's what the fat tire's for.
yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Refreshing,
All right.
by the way.
Back to what's in the news.
It's in the news.
This is a well-known story. The elephant seals sleep while diving. Do you guys know about this? You
No.
know what an elephant seal is, right? California elephant
That's
seal.
super cool.
I actually do know.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
But how do they
Elephant seal.
sleep while they're diving?
So they will, and I should probably read this before actually talking about it, but they will be on the surface, need to take a nap, so they'll fall asleep while holding their breath, and they'll lock their fins in a way where they slowly spiral as they sink.
Oh, together?
No, just an individual.
Oh, gotcha,
So they'll
okay.
have their fins like this or like that or whatever,
Oh, shit.
so that they're not just like straight down, and they're
Yeah.
slowly spiraling down, and they will sleep as they sink 1,000+ feet to the bottom,
That's crazy.
and then they'll hit the bottom, wake up, and swim back up,
It's like an alarm
and
clock.
take another nap, and then it's just
Insane.
back
So
down.
so it's something they do so that they go deeper than most of their predators.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure about the
Oh,
predation
okay. I
side
think
of
I,
it, but
think I,
that's
I
just
read
crazy.
this article and it was
They're-
that's what it was suggesting is that it's probably they go deep to take these naps.
Yeah,
So that they're below where their predators hang out while they're vulnerable and sleeping.
right.
And then
then
they
come back
cruise
up.
back up.
Yeah,
So-
isn't that interesting?
What an adaptation.
Yeah.
No other sea mammal. They're sea mammals, correct?
They're mammals,
They
yeah.
they don't do this behavior.
I don't know of any others that do that. I only know of these guys doing this big spirally. Oh wow, this is a cool graphic. So look at this. So he's sleeping. Here he is at 205 meters, and see the spiral thing I was talking
Yeah.
about. And so they're in the state of REM sleep, and they're just literally imagine sleeping while free falling
It sounds
and not
pleasant.
breathing.
and not breathing. Yeah, it really does. Can you imagine how peaceful it
Oh
is?
God, yeah.
It's like being in a like I fall asleep in the car immediately, no matter what.
Even
So
while
it's like
driving.
being in the car, but also like silent. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
sounds
yeah, the
so
underwater.
pleasant.
Yeah, it's like what a waterbed was supposed to be.
You know
Yeah,
what? You know what
totally.
mammalian behavior, water mammal behavior I like the best is
Dolphin.
the sea otter
Dolphin.
who hold hands and just float on their backs
So-
while
sorry, I
they
thought you
sleep,
just, wow, your hands
so
are
that
very sweaty.
they don't float away.
I thought he
from
just wanted
one
to hold
another.
hand.
You want to hold hands?
No, now that I
Come
know
on,
it's
let's-
clammy,
It's pretty clammy.
Dude, then you
it's
sleep
not
back.
terrible. It's,
No.
it's at least warm.
Well, his
Oh,
hand,
you got the beer hand.
his hand matches my clamminess.
Yeah,
Clamminess.
gotcha.
All right, so dude, sea otters. Let's just talk about them. They're the cutest creature on earth.
little rape monkeys.
They hold hands while they float so that they don't float away from each other while they sleep.
Yeah,
They also carry their favorite rock
called rafting.
in a little, and then they carry their favorite rock in their armpit pouch so that they can bang open mollusks with it. It's their
Very good.
favorite rock.
it's pronounced
I'm just
mollusk.
I'm just saying, I love these animals.
I
And you
saw-
know that they rape each other. And
Well, ducks gangbang each other. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
the animal world is
supposed to
wild.
say GB.
GB.
Yeah. I will admit, Forrest
DP.
on our group chat, WhatsApp technology.
Yep.
Uh,
Welcome to the 20th century.
said
21st.
LFG, and I asked my wife. I said, "Do you know what LFG means?" She said, "No." So I googled it.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, it's let's fucking go. Like it's
that's
like
what it
let's
means.
fucking go.
It's like a broy, like let's fucking go.
And so then
Shut up, Kyle.
she likes to be a little more hip, you know. So she asked some of her younger coworkers, like, should I have known what LFG means? And they were like, no, like only like real like frat bro types say that.
Shut up.
Oh, I
This
was-
isn't
I-
true.
Yeah,
Swear to God.
I believe it. I was just gonna say.
and I was like, oh, it makes sense.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's up.
here was what I thought.
Yeah,
I know you coach rugby and it's a bunch of young guys.
correct.
And I was like, it's probably in his rugby group chat. They're constantly writing LFG.
well, so Forrest is
And
one.
on our
Forrest is
that's
right.
exactly what it is. And
Forrest-
with my guy I work out with,
Dude,
and
LFG,
This
bro.
is the
let's
problem.
fucking go.
Forrest is
16.
right at the age where he's still hip to the lingo, but he's too old to be using it because it's uncool the second you start using it. I mean, that's what it is. You'll
I'm
don't
not
worry,
gonna
you'll
fight it. I
you'll
mean,
come to
it's
terms with it in a
perfectly
year
accurate.
or two.
No, I'm gripping onto that youth. Don't
I
you
get,
worry.
dude.
Yeah.
We got a lot of young brosteners, and one of them.
Actually, can I interrupt for a second?
hold on, let me just finish this real
Okay.
quick. Okay, a lot of young broasters, and one of them hit me up one time, and he goes, "Dude, you gotta stop using the roll laugh emoji. Like it makes you sound so old."
Oof.
And he's like, only old people use that anymore. Nobody
What,
uses
like
it.
ROTFL or whatever?
No, the emoji that's tilted with the cry laugh.
That's like your standard. If you type ha,
I
ha,
use it-
that's what pops up.
We're way out of it. That's like what losers who are on Facebook do now. It's not. We're not.
Whoa, I did not know this.
Yes,
man.
we all do it constantly. I'm telling you.
Kyle, is this true? You're younger than all of us
I don't know,
substantially.
That's news to me.
All right,
Telling you, we're all old.
Kyle's not really in the scene, man.
dude. LFG, Kyle. Come on.
Okay.
Dork. No, I'm
I
just
did
kidding.
see one
I
thing.
love you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Or did you have something you
No,
wanted to
I just
answer?
want the brosteners to comment and say, is LFG like a douchey frat boy thing to say, or is it like pretty sweet?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it pretty
Okay.
swat?
Is it sweat?
I'm actually quite curious to hear the poll
Did
results.
you know what
on this.
LFG was when
No,
I
of
typed
course
it?
not. I thought it was some type of acronym for a business.
Or like I thought it was LLC, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I might have
I
changed it.
filed it nonetheless. Like
Yeah.
it's on all my
Yeah.
taxes.
Guys, we have an LFG now. All right, off the coast of California.
Oh,
So this piqued my interest for two reasons.
Okay.
Killer whale spotted
Yep.
off the coast of Cali.
Always nice.
Newport Beach, in fact.
Now that's LFG territory.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
fucking go.
that's
bro.
that's great. That's Graber territory. First of all, didn't really know that we had orcas down in Orange County.
Mhm.
Didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh wait,
Cruise
so
through.
this isn't an anomaly.
No.
Okay.
No, we got them
But
every
the
year.
fact that it was pure white.
Oh,
Snowy,
wow.
right? Isn't that what it's called? It's got a name.
Frosty.
Frosty. Thanks, Kyle. Frosty the
A
Orca.
3-year-old orca, pure white, hanging out in Newport Beach.
How cool is that? Total anomaly.
Look at
too.
this.
Wow, look at this. Total
Yeah,
albino.
look at that.
Dude, and with another orca too.
Oh yeah, it's that's the calf, the snowy, right?
Frosty.
Frosty is one of those two orcas' calves. They're part of a transient pod that arguably is one of the biggest, probably the biggest celebrity killer whale outside of maybe Port and Starboard, the two that kill all the sharks in the world. Is this orca? I've obviously never seen it. Most people haven't, but yeah, what a dream that would be.
So yeah, it just popped up.
It's incredible.
Do you want to see something insane? It's along this vein, but it's different. Kyle, go to Instagram. Go to my buddy Austin Derry's Instagram. Okay, one day it's Derry. I'm gonna fight Austin one of these days. Okay, Austin, if you're listening, I'm going to fight you, and I'll tell you why. Ding. Because he keeps finding. This is the third year in a row, third picture over. Know what that sea monster is?
I do. That's the thing that you were looking for in Jaws of Alaska, right?
No, it's a shark. What is that?
It's a basking shark. In California. This fucker 2 or 3 years in a row, and Austin's my buddy, so I can talk negatively like this about him. Has 2 or 3 years in a row, he's found and filmed basking sharks in California. 25-foot long shark.
Super rare?
Plankton eating. In our waters? Yeah. Super rare. Like
it's
way rarer
cool
than Frosty the Orca. He sent me the pictures before he posted it and stuff. There might even be a video call if you X out or don't really remember.
Tell us a little bit about this shark, because I've never heard of it.
So it's the second largest fish in the world. You know what the largest fish in the world is?
Whale shark.
Very good.
Whale shark?
Yeah. I knew you knew it, by the way. It's the second largest fish in the world next to the whale shark, and it's another plankton-eating shark. But unlike the tropical whale shark, it's sort of its cold water cousin.
Okay.
And, 25-foot long filter feeder.
Right.
Kyle, maybe you can actually
Big.
scroll over one. Does he have a picture of its jaws opened up? It's really cool. No, within the basking shark pictures. It's really cool when they feed. They open their mouths, and they run water through those gill slits that you can see there.
Yeah.
Just type in basking shark feeding, Kyle. And they filter feed all this plankton and krill. And so my buddy Austin is out looking for tuna. This is what they do. Look at that.
Wow.
How cool is that?
Look at that mouth.
Look at that mouth. Oh, I want to see one so badly. And so in Scotland, where this video is taken, they're super prevalent. They find them every year. But to see it in California is just an absolute dream come true.
Looking inside is like
cool
looking at the skeleton of the inside of the animal.
Isn't that insane?
That's incredible.
Yeah, 25-foot long, this gray shark. What's interesting is they're very often confused. I actually have a story where I think I saw one of these, which I could tell if you'd like. But
yeah, why not?
looking inside their mouth, yeah, I mean, just look at it. It's just like an alien. So I really want to see
Is that
these.
bones that we see?
It's cartilage.
Cartilage,
but it looks like a rib cage of cartilage.
Yeah, an incredibly tough cartilage.
It's a tough life this thing lives because this way of eating is no fun.
No.
Like imagine
No joy.
you never get to just take a
Joyless.
nice big bite of a cheeseburger and chew it.
No.
But instead you just ate crumbs nonstop throughout the day.
Yeah, you're just licking crumbs like that's it. That's all
you just have a bowl of crumbs and you go, this is my 2,000 calories, and you just
it's not even a bowl of crumbs. Imagine your tongue is just on the floor all day, repeatedly, and you're picking up any crumbs you can.
No fun at all.
What's the other? Is it a whale or a shark? Is it the gray whale, the humpback, where they come up to the surface of the water and basically do the same thing? They open the mouth like that.
Blue whales, lunge feeding,
and then so they eat the same way. It's just they're like horizontal or
I mean
vertical.
it's called lunge feeding. So they open their mouth out and lunge towards krill or small bait fish or whatever.
Okay.
What a bore, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's an unpleasant way.
I
to
bet the
see it.
lighting is bad in there too. So.
Yeah, because I found out the other day that that cats can't taste. They don't have sweet receptors. They can't taste sugar.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it's like every time I look at my cat now, I'm like, man, you're never going to experience that.
So if you feed Lemley a Skittle, nothing?
It might taste the sour, but it will not taste sweet. They won't
eat
sense
it.
Sugar.
I feel like they never eat it.
No, they're not going to eat it.
No, they want
But-
meat.
You should put sugar in your cat's milk and see what happens.
I just want to clarify something.
He hates cats.
Outside of cartoons from the 50s, no one gives their cat a bowl of milk. you open a can of fucking meat-based cat food that's smeared in gelatinous
I don't know
goo.
the finer points of cat ownership, apparently.
Yeah.
Bowl of milk.
So one of the brosteners hit me up, and I enjoyed his question.
Okay.
And so I
Let's hear it.
decided to actually do the research required to answer the question.
Oh, very nice.
Wow.
David Michael 22 said,
Hey,
"Hey,
Mike.
hey, producer, dumb question. My cat loves licking and cleaning my dog's ears. does my cat see my dog as a member of her pride? Also wondering if Lemley does the same thing. So I was like, that's interesting because my cat licks my dog's ears a lot, but doesn't.
Does she?
Yeah, just the ears, right? Doesn't seem to really love the dog or give a shit about it outside of licking the ears.
Licking.
Yeah.
So I looked it up. It's gross.
I want to
They
hear.
like the taste of it, don't they? They like the
there's
earwax.
more to it.
They can smell the earwax and they desperately love the taste of earwax
Yeah.
and smell of it.
Ugh.
And so they're after little earwax gobs.
Yuck.
That's horrifying,
Ugh.
dude. But I will say it keeps your dog's ears clean, so that's nice.
Woof.
Man, I have such a
Woof.
thing about like. So okay, earwax doesn't bother me. I'll scrape my dog's earwax out of his ear with my fingernail. If needs
Do you
be.
eat it?
Of course.
Okay.
No, I
Nice.
don't.
Smells
making
it.
But but if you ask me to pop a zit or get your earwax out or
Yeah.
anything, my like hackles stand up and I want to punch you immediately.
Yeah.
Like I just hate human bodily fluids. To me, are the most disgusting thing. There's nothing more gross than that. You've seen me, Patrick. I'll find roadkill and gut it and be like, oh, we're using this for bait, and I'm covered in blood, and
Yeah.
I'm like then stuffing my face with a cheeseburger while there's fur and
Yes.
guts and shit all over my hands and stuff.
Ew.
No problem.
Yeah.
If my 3-year-old son like dribbles a little pee-pee on my hands, I like push him off a cliff. I'm like, I'm done with you. I'm washing my hands. Go to your mother. Leave me alone. Like,
That's weird.
it is weird, but I've got like a thing about human bodily fluids.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. There's a weird thing
I
about.
mean, you probably should. It can transmit disease.
Well, but I mean, I feel like the roadkill would be more likely to transmit disease than
Yeah.
a little pee from.
Probably.
But I mean, it is kind of a weird thing. Like I dislike more humans than I dislike animals. Like animals can do no wrong. It's or like
Oh,
anything
dude.
in that realm.
Dude, I gotta tell you guys a story. So this
LFG, bruh.
Yeah, let's fucking go. This is very related, but also not at all related to what we were just talking about. So yesterday, I was stuck down in Santa Ana area getting my truck work done. Okay, I had nothing to do for 10 hours. Called the Graber, because he lives down there, and I was like, hey, come meet me in Fullerton. We'll hang out. We went and got food, and then we decided to go and see a movie. Okay, we decided to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in 4DX.
Oh, that's cool.
Two parts of the story. Have you ever heard of 4DX?
Is it where the chairs shake and they spray water and shit?
That's what I'm
Okay.
telling you.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking chairs shake. They blast you in the face with like air. You
yeah.
like buckle in. It's like a whole thing.
And 3D,
no 3D.
Okay.
Thank God. I would have puked.
but like incredible sound too.
yeah, crazy sound and like somebody gets punched in the face and then they like blast air that way and you're like, whoa, like
fucking wild.
it's a lot going on. It's exhausting. but everybody's gonna laugh at me here. When I watched The Notebook and The Notebook ended, I laughed because I was like, haha, idiots. When the CGI animals got tortured in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I had to do everything in my power to not cry
Interesting.
at a CGI animated movie. I swear.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I'm not kidding, man. So like
with you.
in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, there's no spoilers here. It's Rocket Raccoon's backstory. He's the little raccoon in the ensemble cast, right? And it's like how he became like a humanized
Superhero or whatever.
superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's through like animal torture, basically. This guy, the creator or something, evolutionary or something, like fiddles with these animals.
Yeah.
And a big part of it is him like torturing baby animals to make them perfect. And it's all CGI.
Children's movie.
Of course, and it's fucking awful. It's all CGI. There's nothing. You don't even see one shot of a real fucking raccoon.
Sure.
And I'm like, don't do that to the
Yeah.
rocket. And it's like so
No.
fucking tearjerkery.
Dude, I
compared to
cannot.
anything else.
I
It's
cannot.
insane.
I cannot make it past the part you all know it in The Lion King, where you know what happens.
With Scar.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
cannot make it past like that part. I try, and I'm just like, no, like, why am I putting myself through this? I'm turning this movie off. Like, I'm not even fast forwarding it because then I know what happened. Like, it's so sad for like the next 20 minutes of the movie, and it's not even 4D CGI. It's a drawing.
Yeah,
It's
like
a
a
drawing.
bad 2-dimensional graphic.
Yeah.
Hey, Broasters, thank you for being loyal subscribers. We appreciate everything that you do. And now we have a membership offer for you.
I think you can get ad-free episodes, I heard.
That's pretty big.
Ad-free's big, but you can also get your comments looked at so we don't have to sift through the millions. How do you do that?
Sure.
Was there some sort of badge system? There's a badge system, a loyalty badge. Boom. Shows up next to your name in the comments. Boom. We read the comment. All this badge talks. I'm going to the badge store.
He's going to get a badger. He's gonna buy one. Didn't earn it. He's gonna buy one.
He did a fake leave. Well, I assumed Kyle would know to cuss on the motion.
All right, let's cut now. That's our ad.
I got a DM from a brostener that I thought was actually pretty clever.
Okay.
He goes, love the little joys.
Sure.
How about some little pet peeves?
Little Annoys.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
it's opposite
It's
of
the
little joys.
opposite of little joys. So I was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just little
Okay, just
annoys.
like-
Yeah,
general.
what are your little
It's
annoys?
nothing that like kills you. It's a little annoying.
It's just
I got
awful.
one. I mean, I'll just take
Yeah.
over. I'm gonna railroad it. Just
Please do.
as I get older,
Perfect.
I wake up in the middle of the night and I have to pee at least 2 times, and it's just
Twice per night?
twice per night at like
That's a
1
lot.
a.m. and then once again an hour before I wake up. So then I'm up on my phone for 20 minutes, and it's like
Yeah, it's terrible.
there's no controlling it. If I don't go pee, I'll just like have to pee in my dream, and then I'm afraid
And
I'm
then-
gonna pee my pants.
Yes.
Mhm, mhm.
And
Yes.
it's like this
And then you're just
never used
awake.
to happen.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Agreed.
Yeah, I could sleep for 14 hours and not need to pee when I was like a teenager.
Yeah. I feel like
I
if I
agree.
was living alone still or in a tent, I'd just pee my pants and be okay with it. But when
Yeah.
you're in a bed with somebody else,
You're like,
your
I really
brain's
can't
like,
get caught pissing
you
myself
better get
today.
the hell out of this
Yeah.
bed and go take
All right,
a
that's a
piss in
good
the
little
toilet.
annoy.
Yeah, that's a good little annoy.
I got one.
Go for it.
When you hear about like a really exciting food item that was on offer part-time that's no longer available.
No, Taco
Like-
Bell all day.
and
with this
and
shit.
yeah,
The
and
McRib's gone again?
here's one that kills me.
Yeah.
McDonald's had pizza for a while, years and years ago.
No, it didn't.
It did.
How do they
And-
not just own the food market then?
But here's the thing. They were trying it, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't in every store, but it was in a bunch of stores. Pull up
Okay.
a pic, Kyle. It was apparently amazing.
What?
Like
Really?
yes, people that had it were like, it is unbelievable.
It looks good.
it looks legit. That's like
Yeah.
a
No, it
That's a
supposedly
buy.
was fantastic
And you're a
and
pizza guy.
delicious.
Like that's your thing.
Listen, we're looking at a picture of it. That looks like a nice, delicious, thin crust pie
I like,
right there.
I like the box too.
Still
I'm not gonna
available
lie.
at 2 locations.
Where
wow.
are they in LA? Are they anywhere near us?
Yeah, should we abandon pod and go get Mickey D's pizza?
This is in 2015.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
yeah. So it's been discontinued, and then you hear about it, and you hear people raving about it. It's like
So
What?
why
it's a
didn't
little
they-
annoying.
But why didn't they keep going? Then?
I think because it would the process, from what I read, the process of making it didn't really fit in with their business model. It took too long to cook,
Yeah, they're not making enough money.
and it took a while to cook them, and so it just wasn't working. And people loved it.
Yeah.
It was selling, but it just didn't work with how McDonald's works.
That's interesting.
Well, the
It's a
thing
little
about
annoying.
McDonald's is A, their main business is real estate. B, it's like they have their system down. Like
Yeah, it's
if they're trying-
volume-based system.
Yeah,
Quick.
they don't try too many different things. Taco Bell will reassess their ingredients and make things.
Constantly.
It's
Which
like
is
part
really
of their
dumb
marketing.
because there's 5 ingredients.
There's 5
But I
things.
mean,
Yeah.
no, it works because it's good marketing. McDonald's like does the McRib and everybody freaks out about it. They never try anything.
Oh, by the
else.
way, Taco Bell used to have a Taco Supreme that had bacon on it
See, so I'm
in my
talking about.
youth, and it was by far the best item. Little Annoys, no longer available.
Little
You guys ever
Annoys.
had the Taco Bell Mexican pizza?
Oh yes, of course.
Did we have it at the tasting?
No,
Discontinued.
back.
Unfortunate.
It's back?
It is back.
It's back.
Does it have the
baby.
chives on it?
I don't know.
It used to. It was very chive heavy.
Huh.
I feel
Yeah.
like they replaced that with the I forget what it's called, but the thing that's all folded. It's like a Mexican pizza.
Oh,
all of their
the
shit is-
Crunchwrap Supreme.
yes, I
Yeah.
feel like
Look
they
at
replaced
see, but look,
that with that.
no chives. The old one had fresh chives on it.
I can't afford them.
I'm
All right.
sure they can't afford
When
it. Yeah.
someone is in a text conversation with somebody that's you're in the room with, and they won't turn their beeper off.
Oh
Their
my God.
Alert signal off.
That nobody's done that.
Yeah. Who does that?
My mother.
No.
I swear to God, I'll be sitting in like the living room watching a movie at her house or something, and she'll be in a text conversation with my stepdad or something, and every 15 seconds, toot-toot.
Not even the buzz, the
No.
actual chime.
No, yeah,
That's stunning.
it's just like I get so angry, and there's no way to handle it but to leave.
Yeah,
the room.
because you're in her house.
Yeah, and, like,
she's your mother.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
This problem is a bigger problem. It's that you have this anticipation, that you know it's going to happen. So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
annoyed not only by the noise.
I'm annoyed going into the
It's
situation.
between the noises because you're anticipating.
It'd be like the
noise.
equivalent of if you were watching a movie and you knew as soon as it was over you had to go take a test.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're like, I
God.
can't enjoy anything
I
right
can't
now
enjoy
because
a
the next
single
time it
piece of
beeps
this.
is going to be the time it
Hurts
kills me.
my stomach.
Yep.
Thinking
All right, let's do
about it.
one more quick one each.
Okay. I got one.
Yep.
So, service people, anybody, accountants, pool guys who service your
This
pool.
is just because you want to bitch about your
Listen,
pool guy again.
There is nobody is good at their fucking job. Like, I don't care if you got a recommendation. You got to go through 5 people if you want a good lawyer. You got to go through 10 if you want a good accountant. You got to go through, I'm on my 4th pool guy. Listen, and this is a champagne problem, whatever you want to call it. I don't even want the goddamn pool, and I'm on my 4th pool guy. The pool's green all the time. I hate the pool. And I'm just like, is this just an LA thing? Like, is this only here? Are there people who know how to do their effing jobs anywhere else?
Kyle, this was like 40 minutes last night. He walked in the door and was like, my fucking pool guy. I was like, hey, Peter, nice to see you too.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just service people. If you're going to offer a service, know how to do it. And here's another to add. If you become too old and get aged out and you don't know what the hell you're doing anymore, just give it up. Like, don't do my accounting if you're going to accidentally add double my income to it and then call me 2 years later and say, oh, I think we need to revisit that tax
It's
return.
funny that it was the same accountant did it to both.
That's
of
what
us.
I'm
Oh,
saying.
interesting. Who now is my accountant?
Ugh, get out,
Right.
man.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
never
so.
left. Yeah.
Oops.
All right, so I
Oh,
mean,
that was a rant.
that's
Peter.
more than a little
That was a
annoy.
rant.
That's a big
That
annoy.
was a big annoy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be little annoying.
All right, I'm sorry.
Supposed-
I'll try harder.
You got
next
another
time.
one for us? I'm trying to
I'm-
think of a little annoy.
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead.
Florida.
What about it? What about it?
No, anytime I go to actually the Midwest is even worse, I'd say. I'm gonna
F
repo
off.
that to the Midwest. It's not the Midwest. I think Illinois is beautiful. Like some of these places are really cool natural stuff, but it's the little annoy is that in the wintertime it's -70 outside and
Fact.
105 inside. And in the summertime everybody has their house set to 58 degrees inside and it's 105 outside.
I feel so good
It's
though.
awful.
It feels really nice.
You walk into these houses in the summertime there, and you're like, okay, ooh, that's refreshing. And 30 seconds later, you're like, I need a down coat and to get under a comforter immediately.
Well, good thing you probably brought that down coat with you.
To Illinois in the summer?
Yeah.
Dude, it drives me nuts. And it's every hotel, it's every lobby, it's every person's house.
Yeah.
There's not like a nice little like, oh man, it was a little too hot outside, and it's
Is it
really nice
is
in
it
here.
possible that they have the heat set to 68 and you were just really cold and so
No,
it feels
it's
hot?
not. They have it set to 105. Every single building in the Midwest has their air conditioning turned all the way down or their heat
well,
turned all the way
imagine me who wore glasses in college.
down. Oh yeah.
And you just walk from bar to bar,
White
and
out.
every time you walk into the bar,
Yeah.
so then I had to learn to take my glasses off
Yep.
and leave them off for like a minute and a half. But then it's the worst because you start a conversation with someone and midway through you need to be like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they're just like, see
Yeah.
you
yeah, they're
nerd.
like,
yeah,
what?
dork.
Yeah, what do? You couldn't see me this whole time?
Yeah.
The funny
wrong with
thing,
you?
the
No,
funny
they were
thing,
fogged up.
me and Pat regularly talk about how when we walk into a hotel room, doesn't matter what the temperature is outside, we immediately turn the air to the lowest it will go.
Dude, you've never even
Icebox.
seen cold until you've been somewhere with Mitch Long, my cameraman.
Yeah.
First of all, he lives in Florida, so it adds up. Secondly,
Mitch is single-handedly causing global warming with his
I'm not even
ACs.
kidding. It's
Yeah.
disgusting. Like, we were in his room reviewing footage once. It was me, Johnny, Mitch, and JQ. And literally, JQ just got up and walked out. And we're like, where are you going? He's like, I can't sit in here anymore. He's like, it's too cold. He's like, I need to get gloves or something. And Mitch is like, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's like, it's insane.
Yeah, no, I've definitely I was on a shoot with him in the mountains of New Mexico, and it was like mid 30s at night and 60 during the day.
Yeah.
And he was 100% sleeping with his window open.
Wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
He
like
wants
that
it
too.
literally freezing.
I like a fan. I like a blanket.
You got
I'm
one
good
more?
to go.
One more little annoy?
Well, you've had about 10 minutes now. I hope you got one.
I wasn't thinking about them.
He was thinking about ours.
It's true.
Yeah, I was. My first one wasn't that great. I'm gonna be honest. Did I bomb my first one?
No, don't be
you're good.
self-deprecating.
Little Annoys. Shit. No, I'm not gonna have dead air here. I don't have one.
Okay, that's
Fair
fine.
enough.
All right, well-
I'm getting annoyed less these days.
You're annoyed that you can't think of a little annoy. How about that?
That's a good point.
When you're
All
put on the spot
Yeah.
by your podcast
Well,
co-hosts,
it's
and you kind
sort of
don't
my
have
fucking
anything.
job to have things to talk about.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I had.
Oh
an
no, I
idea.
got one. I got one.
Okay.
I got one. I got one.
Go ahead.
Cut.
People who talk too quietly.
Too quietly.
And I think maybe it's because maybe because I have tinnitus or I'm getting older and like it. But like you're walking down the street with someone and a garbage truck drives by and it's loud and they don't raise, and it's like, how did you expect me to hear those last 4 sentences?
Right. You're like,
Like, what-
Just keep talking.
Did you not hear it?
Yeah.
What did you think? You're walking 10 feet in front of me and this truck drove by.
There's
Just-
good things to know about you. I just got to remember. I'm just going to shout at you from now on.
You basically do.
I know. I got a lot.
You
I got,
really do.
I got a. Well, you
Yeah.
have a booming voice too.
Yeah, but you're shoutier.
I can hear you from fucking 2 miles away
But you're shoutier.
on the phone because
You're
you're
just-
always on the.
You're yelling at everybody all
Well,
the time.
I'm more like ranting in a
It's-
comical
he-
Chris Farley.
He's
type way.
ranting. When he's not ranting, he speaks in a normal voice.
True.
I think you've learned to talk louder for camera.
It's unfortunate because it's hard to turn that off, but it's
Sure.
exactly what I've done.
Yeah.
I have to project my voice because I hate running around with a microphone or something.
I was my friend asked me to MC his wedding because
Recently?
it was like a year ago.
Okay.
He thought that they hired a band to be the entertainment.
Yep.
And he thought that like the singer of the band was going to like introduce the speeches and stuff. And like an hour before, the guy's like, of course I don't do that. Like
Yeah,
I
right.
sing
Right.
Journey songs.
Right.
And so like an hour before, after I'd been drinking at the pool all day with no responsibility, get approached by the wedding planner. She's like, can you, and there's like fucking like 8 speeches.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Great.
And I'm like, okay, great. No problem. I've spoken into a microphone many times.
Sure.
So I know how to talk into the microphone. Their wedding is in one room. The next room over has a band playing for a different wedding.
Oh,
So
interesting.
there's crazy loud music coming from there.
God.
I swear to God, there was not one person whose speech you could hear a second of.
Oh, wow.
And I told everybody, I was like, you've
Hold
got to
on.
speak like really loudly into
put
the
it
mic.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just had to sit through an hour of speeches where nobody heard a word. And so everyone's just kind of sitting there going,
It's always the worst part of a wedding too. You're just like, like when people are like, they're waiting for their moment at somebody else's wedding.
yeah.
It's like, dude, like this needs to be 5 minutes. Cap it.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Do a
Yeah.
tight
It's
3.
like, dude,
Yeah,
and
keep
and
it really short.
and please be talking about the bride and the groom and not like you and their friends back in the day.
Totally.
Also, there's a ratio. It's called a 9 parts comedy, 1 part touching. So 90% of your speech
Interesting.
should be roast, comedy,
Yep.
jokes. Turn it at the end very sharply to a very touching thing. Get off the stage.
That's it. That's exactly what you want.
That's
yeah.
what Kyle did. At
All
his brother's
jokes
wedding.
aside, yeah. Patrick wrote it. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the key. And a lot of times you get someone does like a 20-80.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Like pop in one joke and then go straight touching
Weepy.
for 4.5 minutes. It's like,
And you're
come
just
on.
like, it's not impactful when you're doing that for that
yeah,
long.
we already got teared up at the vows.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
mean,
We're
everybody
done.
gets angry because the girls probably like it that are there, and the guys are just like, please, more champagne. When can we do the
and
toast?
the maid of honor speech is
True.
is always so brutal.
Oh,
Yeah.
They
God.
tend to be more frequently touching than comedic.
Well, that's the problem
always
too.
cry.
And they're like, "Oh my God, Sarah, you're getting married," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, here we go." Like every time, it's like, "Why?
Yeah,
Why
and
is that
you're
how
sitting
you
there. You're
open
like,
it?
it's not a fucking 42. It's about
This is their
time.
fourth marriage.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the same speech at the other 3 weddings we went to.
exactly.
Yeah, Sarah's done this before.
3 of her kids are giving speeches at this one.
I think I know what time it is.
I think it's time, Forrest.
All right.
Battle Royale.
We have a nanny, and she's right on the other side eating her lunch.
No, she's not. She quit about 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, she's got to be like, I can't respect anyone.
Your daughter is terrified.
She's
No.
sleeping. She's sleeping. Very far
My
away.
wife has to warn our nanny when she's over if I'm going to be podcasting. She's just like embarrassed, mortified. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, he'll
As she
be in
should
there
be.
just like screaming. Don't worry. He's,
He's not mad. All right, Forrest, do you have one?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay,
It's
all
in
right.
the spirit of McDonald's pizza.
Oh, I already love where you're going
Yep.
because I want one.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's gonna be slightly different. You have to open a franchise, a fast food franchise. You can pick what it is. That's not part of the Battle Royale.
Okay, but you got to say what it is.
Yeah, you got to say what it is.
Okay.
It can be a Domino's. It could be a Mickey D's. You take.
I'm
your
just
pick.
straight up telling you I'm going to use Google. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're
What?
not. You can do this without Google. It's
Nobody
very
wants
simple.
to
haven't
see
even
you
heard
on
it
your
yet.
phone, pal.
No, we have different angles. We can.
Okay. So first, you're going to announce what the franchise you're
no
opening
Google,
is.
no Google.
Go ahead.
Quiet, you.
You can't be controlled.
First, you're going to announce what the franchise is.
Okay.
Then you're going to pick 3 animals that are your business partners in the franchise. You can
Okay.
structure that any way you like. One can be a fry cook. One can be a baker. They can be the sales guys. You can structure it any way you like. They can just be partners in the venture.
Yep.
But you're opening a franchise with 3 animal pals.
Okay, can I go first?
Please.
Okay. I'm going to open a Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
Okay.
Very
Good return.
profitable, sell coffee. What are they known for besides coffee?
Donuts.
Donuts.
Donuts,
Sweets.
obviously.
Now, a
It's in the
big
name.
problem, big problem when you own a franchise is waste and theft
Okay.
from employees.
Yep.
You don't want,
A lot of guys stealing donuts at Dunkin'.
uh-huh.
I'd eat a lot of donuts if I worked at Dunkin', to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would.
So I'm going to have my main cook be my cat, Lemley. Can't taste sugar.
Oh, okay.
It's
See what you're
really
doing
going to
there.
minimize theft. I believe I could train her to, sort of run the back bakery,
Okay.
the fryers and whatnot.
Sure.
And I just won't have to worry about her eating the product.
That makes sense. She's not going to be licking any icing.
Not going to
You
be
get a
tasting.
golden retriever in there, there's no
gone.
icing left.
Donut's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, that adds up.
So
okay.
let's keep that in mind when you make your picks.
Yep.
Okay.
Peter,
I'll be
you're up.
thinking about
no,
theft.
you go. Go
Nope.
ahead.
We're going to go like this. Snake draft. Sorry.
I'm going to open a Taco Bell franchise,
Oh.
Avi. I really like their marketing strategy. They're always adding somehow they find new ways to create items out of 4 ingredients.
They do.
For like 40 years.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
think the
it's
amount of
crazy.
permutation, like they've defied math.
They totally have.
There's people at MIT just being like, the math has always said there's only 80 combos.
That's right. Yeah.
By the way, and then
Yeah.
one time they'll just add one new ingredient. Like they have fries there now with cheddar or whatever. And it's
Yeah,
like,
they added potato.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Potato.
yeah. Wow.
Cheese
fries at
fries.
a fast food restaurant.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
it's so hard because my animal encyclopedia is not nearly as large as yours are.
I went cat.
Yeah. He
I
picked
know,
his house
but
cat.
but it's like, and I'm gonna pick it just because it's the best animal in every battle royale, either because of brain power or because its ability to use 8 arms.
Yeah, that's smart.
I'm going
That's a good
octopus
pick.
because obviously in the back end doing the cooking at Taco Bell, you've seen them make the product. It's not difficult. It's like there's a couple of little
Yeah.
bins there. They're not cooking. They're just adding
I
things
think
to a
I think
shell.
you could. I think you've already won
There's no
because
cooking.
it's brilliant.
He can
Right.
cook at least 4 items at one time.
And
with
assembly
8
is
arms.
where you suck up the time.
That's true. Yeah.
Your Taco Bell's people are gonna be like, dude, it's crazy. Like, no sooner have they given you your change than they hand you your bag.
in fact, it's being shoved in my mouth while I'm paying. Yeah.
Buy an octopus.
Some
All right.
Taco Bells, they make you pull forward. Not this one. They're bringing it to your car when you're 4 backward.
Good.
By the way, and then when he passes, you could do a little calamari special.
True. Very true.
All right, that's a good pick.
Wait, what was the restaurant again? Oh, Taco,
Taco Bell.
Calamari.
That's
special
the
at
most
Taco
sane
Bell.
pick you've made in 6 months.
Yeah, undeniably. Okay, good. All right. Well, I'm going to take a different approach here. I'm going to open a Flanagan's. Do you remember Flanagan's?
Of course not.
What?
What?
You remember Flanagan's?
Obviously, never heard of it.
What?
I've heard the name Flanagan.
Flanagan's is it's like a Southern thing, I think. It's like you got to wear flair. You know, you got to have little badges on and like a stupid.
Oh, so it's kind of like the TGI Friday kind of
yeah,
silliness.
they like try and make it fun, but it's really not fun.
Okay.
All
All right. Thank God it's a real place.
Is this the wrong? Am I saying the wrong thing?
I sure think you are.
Okay, edit.
Nope. No, that's staying in, or I'll quit.
I thought, is it not called Flanagan's? What's the one with the fucking flair?
No,
Applebee's.
That's Applebee's or Fridays. Fridays.
I was thinking of
You're
Fridays. not
thinking of
Flanagan's.
Fridays.
Yeah.
From Office
Okay,
Space,
so
they copied the
it's not too
Fridays.
late.
Doesn't matter.
It's
Nope.
a Fridays.
Let's move forward.
Okay.
Let's move forward. All right,
Okay.
Flanagan's Fridays. You get it. The flair, the bad uniforms. So what I'm selling is an experience here. Probably should have
course.
gone Dave and Buster's in hindsight. What I'm selling is an experience. I'm not just selling a meal here.
Yeah.
You're coming for fun. That's why you see the commercials or on a Friday night. You're there with a group of friends.
It's sort of like you come for the food, you stay for the flair.
That's it.
I love
You
it.
got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And so, for no apparent reason whatsoever, other than pure amusement, gonna be an ostrich by the front door.
That's a good time.
It's
Yeah.
not bad.
Well,
It's so
it just,
whimsical.
I'm gonna be honest.
You could
There's
sell
like
ostrich burgers.
there's just nothing to it. It's just like, oh, have you been to Flanagan's? They've got an ostrich by the front door. That's
true.
it. I'm
I
not
actually-
giving you more. Like that's it. That's the whole marketing. Is like, oh, they have an ostrich at the front door.
Listen, usually I come down on you about your picks like this, but this one I really think would work now that I have a kid.
Yeah,
I
he's
know it would work.
he's like the unofficial greeter. He has a name.
Yeah.
She has a name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loves her job, by the way. Probably
Of course.
super happy.
Yeah, it's fun. It
stoked.
runs around the restaurant. Like you never know what the ostrich is really going to do. Like
now,
it's
will
by
the eggs
door.
be used in any
of
of the
course.
signature
of course,
dishes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can leave with a feather. You know, like there's
Wait,
just a lot going
now
on.
you're kind of just exploiting the animal.
I am, but
They fall out.
Pulling
yeah.
feathers, taking the
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah.
Okay, all
So
right.
There's an ostrich by the front door.
All right.
I like
Okay,
it.
that's just like your marketing. That's your general draw
Yeah.
and appeal.
Like it.
Once you go in,
Mhm.
your server, your head server, porcupine.
No,
Why?
I don't like this, but go ahead.
Why? It's just shenanigans. It's like
No,
it's
you
like
can't just
Flanagan-
go
going-
shenanigans.
He's doing a Retep style draft.
It's just all
No.
shenanigans.
No.
Okay,
Stay-
give
stay
good, give a
with me
good
now.
reason. What if I get stuck
Because
by a quill and sue you?
You got to stay with me here.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm not-
Because you come in, there's an ostrich for nonsense at the door. It's fun. Your head server is a grumpy, prickly porcupine. He's going to roast you when you sit down, and he's this prickly creature. He's
Yep.
really quite off-putting,
Sure.
but that's the fun of it. Like, it's one of these roast you
It's
places.
like Krabby Dicks, those chains where the waiters
In
are
a way,
mean
you have to
you.
validate the ostrich nonsense
That's
by
it.
having more
you're,
nonsense inside.
you're balancing it out, but you're not really sure what the experience is because you come there for the happy ostrich, you go inside and get yelled at by a grumpy porcupine.
okay, so the ostrich is the host.
Yep.
And then is
Porcupine
this-
server.
Okay, porcupine server. Who's up? Me?
You're up.
Is this a snack draft?
He hates it so much that you don't know it.
Okay, so I picked an octopus. I pick it all the time. It's really good for this particular
You have any new picks?
episode. Yeah, I got a new pick. Nope, not herpes either. I'm going with nobody would like that at a restaurant. I'm going with a border collie, and I'll tell you why. You've seen Lassie, right?
We have.
Yeah.
It's a
There you
border
go.
collie
Yep.
in Lassie. One of the smartest animals on the planet. And very, very friendly and customer service oriented.
Gonna eat all your golden melted
No,
cheese.
they're out. This will be trained by the octopus collie.
Okay.
So this collie will be on the floor talking to customers. And I actually hate this when the manager walks around talking to the customers. But the collie would, hey, how's your meal? Okay, let me take that. I'll throw that out for you. This is gonna set my Taco Bell franchise ahead of the rest.
I do think he's
They
going to
don't
be
have
eating
this.
the ground beef.
No,
He
listen,
must.
he's trained. These are trained animals. This animal is smarter than
True, I have a
your
porcupine
3-year-old.
serving you
Okay, but let me
lunch,
ask
so-
let me ask you a question. How you guys have somehow with each of your last two picks decided that the animals now have the power of speaking English.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
correct.
say that.
You said he's going to be talking to the customers.
Well, I said he's going to be going around seeing if
well,
everybody's
Forrest
having
Porcupine's
a good time.
roasting
Yeah,
people.
no, mine speaks English. This is
So
very
not only does
anthropomorphized.
Forrest Porcupine speak English, it also has prior knowledge of the people's lives.
That's right. Yeah.
to
what
roast
was your
them.
pick again?
A cat
a
that doesn't
cat
eat
who I've-
frosting.
Taught to paw a donut into a fryer.
We're all taking a different approach
Okay, well,
here. That's
listen,
okay.
if I can't personify my border collie, I'll still allow him to not be on his two hind legs walking around speaking to the restaurant patrons. He can just be on all fours walking around, just like taking a look, and then they'll pet him and they'll be like, "Aw."
I get that.
Yeah,
that
and
works.
Then
yeah,
if they
I might
leave
be
a
the
plate-
outlier here. I really anthropomorphized my critters.
If they
Yeah.
leave a plate on there, they'll take it to the trash. He'll throw it out. Octopus cooking in the back, collie out front.
It's a good start. It's a good start. See, I'm trying to make a profitable business here because I know that I'll be in the front with like my sterling personality, sort of front of house guy.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
avoiding
face for
theft
radio.
with my cat. Now I need someone
Cat's
who's
cat.
going to be really good on the coffee roaster,
Okay.
right? Because coffee's a big thing at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, huge.
Yep. It's the thing.
I'm desperately trying. The thing that will sink your fast food franchise is lawsuits. You
probably true.
get sued
Everybody
once or
gets 'em.
twice.
Yeah, we
Yep.
all
You
heard
could be in
the
big
McDonald's
trouble.
We've all got food poisoning from all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm to run the coffee station. I'm going to take. I don't know what the type of species is, but one of those shrimps that lives in the thermal vents
Okay.
and can withstand immense hot liquid
Sure.
and hot gas
Okay.
on their crusty little exoskeleton.
Sure.
So they're going to sort of run the coffee because I just don't want employees who are getting burned
Yep.
and then suing me.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Just
I
mix
mean,
the
it's
coffee for you.
really
Just
smart.
jump in there, run those little legs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really smart.
Now, go
really
ahead.
smart.
Okay, thank you. So now that I've insured my profitability,
Yep.
I'm going to put a little flair into mine so that it does get word of mouth out. Like, go to this Dunkin'. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There's-
You got to
there's a
set
cat
yourself
serving you
apart.
donuts.
Unique selling position.
Uh-huh.
The cat's sort of in the back though. You're
That's
not
true.
seeing a lot of it, and it's not allowed to come in.
Right.
I worked at a McDonald's, and we had an employee who only cleaned the bathrooms.
Okay.
That's all I did. Because I don't
Okay.
think maybe there's something weird about bringing the germs from the bathrooms into the kitchen. He only did 4-hour shifts.
Right.
I kind of
Yeah.
think of a rougher job than being the McDonald's bathroom only guy.
Especially before phones.
Yeah.
Kind of want to say his name, but I can't. I shouldn't. But yeah, he cleaned the bathrooms, had 4-hour shifts
OB?
that summer. So I want to have a really fun bathroom attendant at this Dunkin' Donuts. You know it's going to be clean, and it's going to be kind of a
But
good...
he's not going to be like selling you hand towels for tips in the bathroom. Is he?
No.
That's
no.
awful.
I'm
That's
just
so
making sure.
uncomfortable.
I
Just-
hate
I'm
that.
just making
I
clarify.
hate that.
Okay.
I kind of want a polar bear.
Okay.
Because imagine the novelty. Like, you'd be like, dude, should we go to Dunkin', get a donut and a coffee, and then just like go take a shit?
Shit next to a polar bear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
okay.
something.
that's
Well,
fun.
What
That's
I like,
fun.
what
That's
I
fun.
what I like about it is that you really worked hard to come up with like realistic ways that the cat and the shrimp could both be involved.
But not the polar bear.
And the
Well,
polar
I sprinkled
bear,
some nonsense in at the
which
end.
is like the most untamable animal, will be walking around.
Right, because that's been a problem with all these.
No,
places.
Yeah,
I'm just
right,
saying
right,
you were like taking it seriously, and then you just kind of fell by the
Well, I
wayside.
sort of got sucked into your little game that you guys are playing
Yeah,
over there.
we're doing some shenanigans.
Yeah, a little-
Well, that one's adorable.
Yo, not
fuzzy
I'd
little
put
polar
I'd
bear.
put next to that.
How big is this McDonald's going to be? Just out of curiosity.
It's a Dunkin' Donuts,
I mean, yeah,
and it's going to be a normal sized
I-
one.
okay.
All right, you're up, Peter.
All right. Well, so finally, and this is really what's going to set my Taco Bell apart from the rest. I don't know what you guys like to drink other than booze when you eat Taco Bell, but aside from booze, I like some vitamin D whole milk. I'm going to have a cow ready.
Now he's done the opposite of you.
So
He's brought
instead
in
of
logic.
instead of the fountain
At
machines,
Taco Bell.
instead of the fountain
Milk
machines, there's
and
just going to be a
beef.
live cow that you can go and
So just get yourself a chalupa and a cup of warm milk. Right out the udder.
Unpasteurized,
delicious,
warm,
and then have
bloody
a nice,
milk.
Ew, no bloody. Have it and then have a nice nap. There'll be the octopus will use one tentacle to get the blood out.
All right.
Okay.
So at my
You sold me.
experiential restaurant where the ostrich is the greeter, your prickly porcupine is insulting you. Like all chain restaurants, there are free salty snacks.
Yeah.
Chips, it can be nuts. It doesn't really matter.
Something like that. yeah.
Something salty and awful. So we're not going to make money on the food because the food, like most chain restaurants, is not very good.
Right.
So in the kitchen is going to be a sloth, very slowly cooking your meals at a glacial pace. And in order to make money, you're going to get so parched from all your salty snacks, you're going to order a fortune worth of drinks.
Okay.
Bigger markup.
Yep, much bigger markup.
I mean, it's a good idea, but you can't publicly announce that.
No, that'll
Which you
be. That's
just
why
did.
he's in the back.
Okay.
And,
Sloths in the
see,
back.
here's what I like about that, because people are going to just have a good time and sort of forget and be like, did we even eat?
There's flair.
Yeah.
There's drinks.
How could you
there's
yell
a
at a
porcupine
sloth?
and an
They're
ostrich.
going to drink a lot more on an empty stomach, and they're
Yeah.
going to be like, dude, we always have so much fun at Flanagan's.
That's right.
It'd be real easy to just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like the sloth, he's still
Yeah,
making.
yeah. And by the way,
Yeah.
like he's a sloth. So
You know-
are you going to say anything?
You
or
know about
just-
sloths, right?
right? Yeah.
You got to have an
Never
open
seen-
kitchen, because then you can do the joke like when people are like, oh, we ordered 2 hours ago. You're like, helps moving a little slow,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. No, that's great.
All right.
All right,
I
weigh in.
dig
Let
it.
us know who won the Battle Royale, or who you would open a franchise restaurant with, and why those are all better choices than the ones we made.
Yeah.
Leave it in the
Hey,
comments.
you should probably have your own podcast, because
Yeah, we're doing our best.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, hey,
do
do the thing where people say something about the end. Or
No,
do
that's
that.
at the end.
All right.
Idiot.
Sorry, I said the end too. Well, here's the thing: wildtimes.club/info. You can find access to the Patreon, the Spotify, where we do 4 episodes a month in addition to the 2 that we do per month on YouTube and regular Spotify. So check that out. We work real hard to I work real hard to get together with these assholes and put that out. So does Kyle.
He does.
And check that out at wildtimes.club/info, patreon.com/wildtimespod, wildtimespod at all the socials. And we got a new page coming up. wildtimes.club/sponsors. Check it out.
I would never
Good job.
remember any of that.
Yeah, good job.
What do you
All
guys
right.
say at the end?
If you made it through all of that, just drop a casual comment. Mickey D's Pizza, please.
I like that.
Yeah, let's try and get it back. Let's try and
Let's
get
have it
back.
go viral.
Yeah, can you imagine if we just got 10,000 Mickey D's Pizza, please?
Mickey D's Pizza, please.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
love
And
it.
don't forget to drink your fat tire unless you're underage.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, just don't tell your
Or
parents.
if you have had a problem with alcohol in the past.
Well,
I
then
haven't. I
definitely
still
don't tell your
drink it.
parents.
Wait, I'm still drinking.
I know. Good night.
I think
Good night.
we just got in trouble.
Shit. High quality, low impact.
Dropped. We just got dropped by Fat Tire.
That's okay. It's
Told
at the
we
end.
told children to
We
drink.
can cut it.
It's at the end.
We told people to feed toddlers beer.
My ears are hot.
That's probably because your hair is covering it.
It's a thing.
It's good hair though.
I hope we stopped recording.
We did.
I have
for
to
sure.
pee, so.
Okay, good.
Yeah, pee in your beer bottle.